Welcome to the Weiss Channel. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, today we are continuing with solving by square roots, but in your answer there's going to be an I today. All right, so let's take a look. All right, 3x squared plus 10 equals negative 23. What are you going to do for both sides first? Let's minus 10. Please don't forget, when you have a negative number and subtract a number, signs are the same. You add the numbers and keep the sign, right? That's going to be negative 33. Divide both sides by 3. And you get x squared equals negative 11. Now we're going to take the square root. Of course, you can't take the square root of a negative, so you're going to have an imaginary number. So what we say is x equals the square root of negative 1. In fact, I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to say this is the same as the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 11. Okay? So that makes your answer I, square root of 11. And we just leave it like that. That is your answer. Okay? Let's do the same thing here. Here we're going to add 8 to both sides. You get 2a squared equals negative 4. Divide by 2. A squared equals negative 2. We take the square root. Of course, square root of a negative is going to give you I. So we say A equals, of course I forgot to say plus or minus. I'm sorry. Plus or minus. There are two answers here, positive and negative. Okay? A equals plus or minus I square root of 2. Done. Just leave it like that. Okay? Over here. Minus 1 from both sides. 2b squared, because it's hip to be squared, equals negative 13 and negative 1 makes negative 14. Divide by 2. B squared equals negative 7. You take the square root. Okay. And B equals plus or minus I square root of 7. Done. Okay. Over here, add 3 to both sides. 2x squared equals negative 24. Divide 2. X squared equals negative 12. Now, here, you got to go back into the memory banks. Okay? Is there a perfect square that goes into 12? 4 goes into 12. Oh man, we're going to break it down. Break it down. So x equals square root negative 4 times square root 3. Okay? We keep the negative with the perfect square. Okay? Now, so final answer, the square root of negative 4 would be 2i, right? So x equals plus or minus 2i square root 3. Okay? If you can break down a perfect square, if you can break down a square root to have a perfect square inside, do that, okay? All right, One more time, minus 9 to both sides. 4b squared equals negative 36. Don't forget, signs are the same. You add the numbers and keep the sign. Divide by 4. B squared equals negative 9. Take the square root. This time you have a perfect square. Okay, what is the square root of 9? 3. So the square root of negative 9 we're going to call 3i. Plus or minus 3i. There you go. You've been watching the Weiss channel. Da-da-da-da-da-da.